We good. Good evening and welcome to Conversation with Grandma Polly, Season 4, Episode 11. Our goal is to showcase individuals who are doing positive things in our community through engaging interviews and thoughts. Provoking conversations, we hope to inspire and empower our listeners to get involved and make a difference. Did you know unknowingly sharing excessive personal information on our children may unknowingly share excessive personal information such as their home address, phone number, and other sensitive details, which can put their privacy, security at risk, and potentially harm their reputation. A lot of people are posting pictures, videos, things that deem to be inappropriate online, and then some go back and delete it, and they figure once they hit that delete button that stuff goes away forever. But remember, it's out there in cyberspace, and I want you to hold that thought right there, and we'll be right back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Please take a moment to share this conversation tonight. We will be talking about our next project of the Big Red Kids book series. We're going to be talking about the dangers of the internet and how it affects us as a community and how it affects us as family. And tonight, my brother will be hosting with me. And I want you guys to give my brother, my producer, one of the loves of my life, a cheerful and a happy welcome. Y'all, let's welcome Mr. Kenneth Thompson.
Hey, lovely people.
Hey, Kenny,
What's
how
going
are
on?
you?
I am well. I am well. I'm honored to be here with you today as you venture and talk about your fifth book in this BRK Big Rig Kids book series. I'm looking to see what this whole book is going to be about, as well as some other things we got planned under there. So,
Oh man, I mean, this one, after doing a lot of research, and I'm still, doing research, but I'm proud to announce that I have hit the keyboard again. I started book 5 on yesterday. We have so many other things going on with the tour and conversation with Grandma Polly and all that stuff, but I just had so much stuff in my head that I decided, okay, it's time to start dumping.
yeah,
And what
I
I
get
mean
that.
by dumping is getting this stuff out of my head, getting it. We used to say get it on paper, but it's now getting it onto the computer because our goal is building stronger communities through literacy, avocation, and character development.
Mm.
And when I sit down and see, I'm gonna be honest with you, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is a whole mess right now. And going into these platforms, and I'm not judging anybody, I use it for business purposes. But sometimes I find that people share too much of their personal information. People expose too much of their personal bodies. People tell too much of their personal business, in my opinion, on social media. And then when people comment on it, they get upset. They go into whatever it is that they're feeling. But once you put your business out there, it's nobody's fault but yours. So I decided that with our young people, my focus is young people and it's also family. But I wanna in this book that's coming up, and I'm not going to tell how the story is going to be written, but it's just bringing light to some of the things that's going on in our communities with social media. Because a lot, to me, it has a dark side, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
perfect sense. I can't wait to read it, as I've read all the others, and they were all amazing. And it seems like they just get better and better. Because number 4 on racism was, yeah, that took me through a bundle of emotions, like Progresso. I was progressing all around. I was like,
and,
man,
and and to anyone out there who has read book 4, or anyone who has actually got into my book series, it started out with little tender stories with our youth. But now, the farther we go into this, um, the children are growing, and they're
yeah,
growing through the stories. People will say that, oh, you shouldn't talk to kids about certain things until they reach a certain age. But the times that we live in today, these children are exposed to a whole lot more than we give them credit for. I walk to the grocery store, you see babies in the cart, they're playing games on the phone or on that iPad. And there's just so much exposure that they are exposed to. And not of it is good, not all of it is good exposure.
yeah, yeah. You definitely know that.
Y- Yeah, it's not good exposure. And while we're having this conversation, I really want to ask my audience tonight, and I want y'all to really, really, really come on in here with me, because some of you have children, some of you have grandkids, and if you don't mind, do me a favor and just type some of the things in the comment, that you've experienced with your children or your grandchildren, in dealing with social media, the internet, um, things along that line. I can remember speaking to a young lady, and in my research, she was explaining to me how she was sitting next to her daughter, and the daughter was actually playing Roadblock on one of these gadgets. And she happened to look down. Roadblock was hacked, and they hacked it with some sexual explicit things that happened to pop up on that stream. And just by her being there, she was able to see it. But could you imagine a 5-year-old playing a game and something like this just pop up on their screen, not realizing what they see?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, is it safe to assume that the book about this fifth series, fifth installment in the book series, is about internet dangers and how to protect your children? Is it going to be some examples of why don't you just tell us a little bit what you have in mind as far as this story is going to go? As far as the story is going to roll, I know don't give away too much because I know you're writing the book, but give us a little foundation or backstory of some of the things that we can expect, and if any of these things were personal experiences, you know.
um, I really haven't had any personal experiences with it. No, I lied. I had one about 6 months ago.
Oh,
And if I
that
could
recent?
catch the joker, I wanted to choke him, okay? Because this person kept calling my phone through WhatsApp.
Wow.
And I didn't know who it was or whatever. And they had called so much, and me trying to delete or deny the call,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up hitting the button. And this joker standing there naked like somebody want to see,
Wow.
what he has.
Wow.
And it's like, it was just, it aggravated me more than anything. And I
Yeah.
felt totally disrespected. But it was one of those foreign numbers that you could not trace. So, I mean, what could you do? But imagine that happening to a child.
Yeah.
I literally felt traumatized. But for being so disrespected by a stranger.
Total
And
stranger. Yeah.
when you talk about with this story, you remember book 4, um, Big Rick Kid Deal with
Yeah.
Racism. And Naoki was the one who has decided she's going to look for her mom because she's a foster child.
Yeah. How it ended. Yep.
And I'm going to leave it right at that.
Well,
That's
what?
that's what is going to be built around her.
So it's safe to assume that she's gonna be using the internet to look for her biological mom, and some things transpire.
Right.
Okay, and the kids are gonna come together and resolve it.
They always come together and resolve it.
That's why they're the
But
big rig kids.
there are going to be some ups and downs and some twists and turns,
That's awesome.
before we come. And the ups and downs is going to really deal with not things that I have experienced, but things that I have researched, things that we have, kind of seen in the news or heard, through news
Yeah.
outlets and different things like that, because we live in these communities and a lot of us tend to have this false hope because we've been in a certain community so long. And this trips me out, and I'm not judging anybody, but it kills me when I hear people get on the news and say, oh, this is such a quiet community. Oh, this is such a great community. We never expected anything like that to happen here. Anything can happen anywhere at any time.
Mm,
If the situation presents itself, it can happen anywhere at any time. You can say what has not happened on the outside of your home, but you don't know what's going on in other people's home.
exactly.
Remember that.
Exactly. Yep.
So, yeah, these are some of the things that we're going to
Because yeah,
address and deal with.
Michelle was spoke my mind.
What
She
she
was saying
said,
the same thing that I was saying. Yep.
as because I can't see it right now. I think
Oh,
I
she
went
was
down too
about to
low.
say, I can't wait. I was about to say the same thing, Kenny.
Oh,
So,
and I like
yeah.
what Felicia said. Sometimes you don't even know what's going on in your own home.
Yeah. So that look on your face lets me know it's going to be a
Ooh.
twist in there about that.
And there is so many people, especially from my generation and prior to, who have grown up in certain homes, or they spent the night with friends, or they spent the night with other family members. And things happen. If you remember last week, our brother Wayne spoke about being dropped off at the babysitter.
Yeah, that was
And,
profound.
he was molested, so I love that comment, Miss Felicia. Yes, it is scary. And when it comes down to our children, A lot of times, these parents are putting these electronics in these kids' hands to babysit them. And they think because they have all this parental control and all this stuff on the phone, well, guess what? The kids know the electronics better than we do. So they know how to
That's
get around that.
yeah.
It's a false sense of security
This is true. Can't
because
argue that
nothing
one.
is 100 foolproof, 100% foolproof. Go ahead.
No, no, I was saying you can't argue that because nothing is 100% foolproof, like you said.
No, and the
And
kids know it better than we do.
my little grandbaby, man, this dude just whenever he picks up something, he's swiping, and everything is. So it's kind of like embedded in him already. You know, he's only 2 years old, and he knows where to go to YouTube, to Coco Melon, and just watch his
Hmm.
video. And I'm like, wow.
And the thing about it, Felicia says that's why we have a Google Voice business number attached to our business and social media. I still get a bunch of Facebook Messenger people calling me randomly. It's a mess.
Yeah, it
Yeah. And
is.
I remember, Kenny, you told me about one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tal actually,
Yeah.
she had a few that was trying to get at her, and the dude, she had to bring the phone to me actually, and I kind of said my piece. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I went and looked this dude up on Facebook too, and I felt sorry for him because I don't think he's all there, but he was an older gentleman that lost his wife and just the stuff I started reading some of his posts to kind of gain a mentality and mindset about him, and he's just let's just say he's a few sandwiches short of his picnic basket. Okay.
He don't have all the crayons in the crayon box. Okay, and it's funny that you
Touche.
said that. But let's remember, that's who you went back and saw.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say his account wasn't hacked?
Yeah. Who's to say that? Yep.
Yeah,
There it is.
so you never know who you're speaking to on the other end.
Yep.
And these parents, just feel like they trust their child through every move. And it's like, oh, I know my child's not doing this and I'm not doing that. I've heard stories where the parents allowed the children to create accounts and the kids went behind their back and created
Yeah.
false accounts
Accounts. Yep. Especially
behind the parents'
tweens.
back.
Especially tweens and teens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially if they're living in, and I don't want to stereotype anybody, but if you have a child who feels unloved, you have a child who has a mother or a father missing from that home, and somebody reaches out online to them and, starts paying them a little bit of attention.
Yep.
So they open up and they allow themselves to feel like this person cares about me. And that's where the grooming comes in. When you hear about these kids running away with these grown behind men or they end up in some other state, it just opens up the door for so many other things. Not only just running away to meet somebody who's going to abuse you, but that's where a lot of your sex trafficking coming at also.
Definitely. Definitely true about that.
So social media could be a great thing, but social media can also be a very dangerous thing.
Yep. And that is just goes with everything though, really. You know, a car can be a great thing to get around in, and a car can be a weapon to murder and kill people. I mean, it's how people use it that uh gives it that power or lack of power. But I like what Michelle said in the comments. Michelle,
Oh, wait, go ahead.
yeah,
Felicia, stop. Go ahead, Kenny.
Michelle was saying how she's at the point where she can read their body language and their face when they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing online or playing a game that they're not supposed to be playing. So awesome, Michelle. Give you some kudos on that.
And that's knowing your children.
Yep, that is knowing
But
them.
that's knowing them, and exactly what Michelle said. But you think about, you have parents who leave home because they work a 7 to 3. They get off from that job and they go and work a second job. And now these children are teenagers and they're latchkey kids. Who's
Yeah.
monitoring them?
Yes, you're right. Who's monitoring?
You know, who's monitoring them? And not only just social media, the internet itself. I mean, these kids, we talk about all the violence and stuff that's out there in the streets. But where are they getting these guns from? Of course, yes, some of them are stolen, but some of them are ordering this stuff off of the internet, because once you put an age in there, they don't know.
Yeah, and building them. They have the guns
Yeah,
now
these ghost
that
guns.
aren't. Yeah,
And
that
there's
aren't
big
even ready.
amounts of teens today,
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy.
You know.
That part.
So the internet is a great tool, but it has been abused so much. And in my personal opinion, I really do feel that we need more. People holler when they hear that word, regulations. Whatever is going to save our children, put it out there and enforce it. Don't just make the law. Enforce it. Felicia says, "Oh no, I can't take Naoki being traffic. Please don't make me faint." Well, I guess you're gonna have to wait and see, because I ain't telling y'all nothing, and you my manager.
Oh boy.
And the
So
sad part about it is they are being trafficked at a young age. Go ahead, Kenny.
definitely, yeah. So I just wanted to piggyback off what Felicia was saying about that, because that the trafficking thing is really really something that needs to be dismantled and fast. And how are they even doing this? Is another way. I know they're going around doing all kind of things with internet. With now we have AI intelligence coming out. That's going to be abused on a. I can't even imagine, because my mind is not of the criminal nature, but I can't even imagine what people are going to do with that to even make it look like just they're not even going to be home now. Think about this, Renee. They're not even going to be in front of a computer or whatever and making it look like they're from another spot talking to someone, and that is it's a real, but there's
It's a
good
real
things
thing.
about it. Yeah, it's what people use it for. It's definitely what people use it for. But in this case that we're talking, because of the book you're coming out with, the 5th series of the Big Rig Kids book, and internet what is it called? You got a title yet?
Right now, wait a minute. That's what I'm gonna say. Right now that it's just dealing with the dangers of the internet. But guys, I have to share something else with you guys. Listen, and the things that we do. And I have a brother who has been by my side, y'all. Let me tell y'all. He all right. I'm gonna keep him. I ain't gonna get rid of him. I tell y'all like that.
Oh boy.
I love him to life, and not just the things that he do for me, but because Kenny is who Kenny is, and Kenny is this very humble, sweet, easygoing person. Y'all don't see what he do other than this right here, but we work him to death sometime, and he has a job. But Kenny, we were talking about because we're going into this next level of book 5, and the other
Yeah,
books have been broken down into strips so that we can start looking into other ventures with that, as far as the play and cartoons and stuff like that.
exactly.
And guys, I've been doing this now for 6 years, and I just appreciate y'all because y'all been loyal to me. I mean, y'all have helped me through my community part of it, the writing part, the creating part, and all that stuff. But there is still a whole lot more to do. So we came up with
You ready?
we came up with a Patreon.
Yes,
And if you don't know what that is, a Patreon is a platform that allows fans like you to directly support us, and it places where we can come together and build community around the things we love. On my
exactly.
Patreon page, we created a Patreon page called The Big Rig Kids. And on this Patreon page, you can pledge a monthly amount to support us and my work. In return, you get access to exclusive content, early access to new projects, and even personalized rewards like merchandise and one-on-one chats with me. So when Kenny asked about, did I come up with a title yet? That's something we gonna include in the Patreon. You guys come over there. I'm gonna let him go into it, but one of the things I really want to throw in here, Kenny, that's why I said that when you asked me about the title.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna let them help me come up with the
With the
title.
title, that would be
The
awesome.
closer I get to it, the people who are in the Patreon, we'll put that survey out there and they can list what they think the title is going to be. Then we'll put it into the survey, and the one that gets the most vote, hey, y'all get to title my book.
Title of the book plus some merch.
Oh, yes. Now I want you to tell them about the merch and the different levels, my brother.
Oh man, well it's awesome. I'm just gonna go and show them the frame while I talk over that top. Is
Sounds
that all
great
right?
to me.
All right. Well, lovely people, if you know my sister like I know her, you know that nothing is. It's always perfect. It's gonna be perfect. But the the reason for Patreon is because we'd like you to join us in this journey and support us in creating this book, as well as the Big Rig Kids mission, which is building stronger communities through literacy advocacy and character development. That's what these books are about. And as a supporter, you'll be called out, patron recognition for Facebook, YouTube, wherever it is, wherever the videos are gonna go. You'll be shout out in a weekly live or something like that. You'll also get reels to blooper access. You'll also get the BRK button. Now, if you become a BRK enthusiast, you get all the perks in the supporter package, as well as the BRK t-shirt and early access to all kind of great things like she just mentioned about being a part of helping her create the title. It might even be some stuff in there where you guys will be implementing a chapter or part of a chapter or a paragraph or something like that. So there's a lot of things in it to keep us engaged and create that awareness among ourselves, where we are helping each other build, creating awareness, as well as sharing knowledge and sharing the love. Now, the last and final package is the VIP. Now, with the VIP package, you will get all of the supporter as well as the enthusiast. You'll get all of that. Plus, you'll get a live Q&A with Grandma Polly, aka author of Big Rig Books, Renee Brown. And you will also get an autographed copy of what? The 5th book, Big Rig Kids, whatever the title is. You put it in there. You let us know what the title is. So I'm just saying why you should support this worthy cause, because you're not only supporting the creative endeavors, but you're also joining a community of like-minded individuals who appreciate and value the creative process that the Big Rig Kids bring and that Renee is doing. Your support will allow her to continue creating and sharing passion, her passion and love for kids around the world. And it helps her to invest in better equipment as well as resources and tools to enhance the quality of her content. Now, these tiers, they differ, but it doesn't matter which one you come in on because we'd appreciate any and all of them because that is what we do. And we'd love to have you as a part of this journey with Renee Brown, aka Grandma Polly, author of the Big Rig Kids book series. So, with that, I'm giving y'all applause.
Yes, 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 yes. Because even, we're putting the Patreon out there. It's on the Big Rig Kid page right now. And I wanted to wait until we have this conversation tonight before I post it to my personal page in conversation with Grandma Polly. And some of the other things that's going to happen is I know you guys notice I create these reels and I've been posting a lot on Facebook. Well, a lot of that stuff is not going to be available on Facebook anymore because we're getting ready to make it private to where we bring you guys into our own private group where you're going to see some of the things that we do in the background, some of the things that have us squeezing our head and being like, oh no, those bloopers and some of everything else. People usually see the finished work, but they don't see the hard work and the craziness sometimes.
And the repetitive, get your line.
Yes.
Get your line. Oh boy. And the fun that's behind the scenes, actually.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of fun behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm just piggybacking off of you, sis. It's totally a lot of fun behind the scenes that Renee, I, and Felicia have, and whoever else endeavors to join the venture with us. We welcome it. We'd be honored and esteemed to have you join us in our endeavors. So with that said, Mrs. Grandma Polly, what do you have to say?
Yes, and Tamika has joined us with the music. That logo will be up next week. It is that part. But
yes. Mommy
it's
music.
like, yes, motherly music movement. Has joined us as far as and I can't wait to see what we're going to do, with the music from that part because we have really 2 songs that we're working on now. The new intro song for Conversation with Grandma Polly and the remix of the Big Rig Kids.
You know what? I think we should have a poll on that and see what people think about that. Which song is,
I like that.
I think we should really have a poll on that and get their opinions about, which way should we go with this song?
Especially about the beat because none other than so you're talking about me, but you do a lot with me, Bubba. And I just say Bubba, not brother. Bubba. I got country on you.
Yeah.
But you do a lot with us too, and you're gonna be the one creating the beats to those songs.
Yeah.
And I had to put it out there, guys. My brother and Miss Felicia, I just love them to death because so many times people will say family can't work together. Or we as African Americans, we don't know how to work together. Well, if y'all watch us and y'all stick with us and y'all keep your eyes open, you're going to learn something because this here is a group of us. We laugh. We cry. We even cuss every once in a while. Kenny don't, but
no, I don't. No, not me.
He's Mr. Perfect, y'all.
No.
But we had those moments where it make you say the D word and you just blow it out and you keep it moving, And that's what it is. We have fun though, and there is a mutual respect amongst us. Everybody knows their lane. And just being able to work with these two wonderful people, and I'm not saying this just because he's my brother. Um, Other than dad, which was my grandfather long time ago, and my husband and Kenny, I can honestly say these are the three most humblest men that I've known in my life and in my family.
Wow. Tito, pass the
So
tissue. Jermaine, stop teasing.
I know you thought you was Michael Jackson a long time ago. So Felicia, you over there crying. Felicia, get the tissues. But I'm just being honest, and I appreciate it. And anybody who wants to do the Patreon, it's $5, $15, or $25, and we take it all. If someone wants to do a one-time donation, get in contact with us. We could arrange that also. But in order to keep going, which is not going to stop me, but you guys know when you're doing things, it takes money to make things happen. And I appreciate y'all, and I'm thanking y'all in advance. If you cannot give,
Mm-hmm.
share it to someone who you think maybe might be able to. I know times are hard and times are tough. So if you can't, don't feel bad about it, but just share it with a friend, share it with a family member, tell your friends about it.
And
Mr. Kenny.
if you can't, you can always share in the polls and your ideas and things like that. We truly welcome that because our goal is to really truly build a community, loving individuals coming together to build each other up as well as build whatever each of us want to do. We're there to support the cause, and in this case, it's about the BRK, but it stems from the love that's already there. It's a place where you feel welcome, you feel loved. Your opinion matters.
It does. Because without you guys, I would have never made it this far. And I'm not only talking about Felicia and Kenny, I'm talking about all you guys out there who have supported, who have told other people about the venture, all those things. It takes a village. And that's, my motto. We want to build these strong communities, and we want to give these kids a sense of hope and a sense of self worth.
Mm.
And when they see people who look like them walk into their room, it gives them some hope.
Which happens to bring me to the next thought I want to talk to you about.
What's that? What's that? What's that?
You said the hope and the joy and the self-worth that it brings kids now. You've had the
Uh huh.
opportunity to travel to two different cities, two different states actually, and promote the Big Rig Kids in some instances.
Whew.
So let's talk about some of the kids. What goes on in the kids' mind, the dancing, the love. Let's talk about that for a minute, and so people can kind of gauge and
Ooh.
see how communities are coming together for the next generation.
Let me tell you, honey. Be like my grandma now. Let me get propped up. Let me tell you.
Oh.
It was an awesome experience. And it's just when I'm with the children, it's just awesome. To see, even if it's just a smile. I've always said, going into the schools or going into to the communities or whatever, even if it's just a smile for that hour, that may be the only smile they get that whole day, or the only smile they have that whole week, because I don't know their home situation, if that makes sense. And some of these kids, and I'm not speaking of North Carolina and South Carolina, I'm just speaking in general. Some of the situations these children are living in, they're dealing with more stuff than the average adult. So Let me tell you what had happened. Now listen, I got back here, and Georgetown was my hometown. So everybody and their mama and their grandmama and their granddaddy and everybody know me. And they got my phone number because I gave out business cards. And it's just some of the parents, to be honest, who called and they was like, "Oh, my baby fell in love with you." I've had people came and said, "My baby's so attached to you that she's telling everybody you her grandmama and that you said that you everybody's grandmother." And
Awesome.
I've had people call me about, my grandbaby's having a birthday party. Could you create a poster, just with Grandma Polly on it because, they love you so much, this, that, or whatever. And it's not for the recognition, but it gives these kids hope to know that she came and she really cared. She didn't
Hmm.
come in and lecture us. She came in and we had a conversation. She came in and we danced. She came in and we had fun. So that meant more to me than anything because, like I said, it gives these kids hope.
Yeah. And I can knowing my sister all my life. Hint, hint, take it. You know what I'm saying.
I beat up all the kids when they were little. I'm grown now. I
No,
don't fight little kids no more.
no, I'm saying, no, no, no. I'm saying that knowing me all my life, but me knowing you all my life, Renee, my sister is sincere in whatever she does, and her caring spirit is one of the most beautiful things that I've ever witnessed growing up. Her love is unmatched. It's authentic. It's real, and that's why I support her more than anything because I believe in her and I believe in her authenticity, and she's more genuine than. Let's just say she's more genuine than a lot. A whole lot. And I'm talking about even like in immediate family. She's sincere. She's pure, and she is who she is. And I love that about her. I truly do. And this whole book thing that she started some years ago, when she was telling me about it, I was excited for it, but I didn't know her whole vision on everything. But I knew I was going to support her in any way and fashion I can. And I'm so glad to be a part of this because I've been truly humbled and graced in doing this and seeing the things, the joy that she brings to kids. I was blown away when I went to both cities, and then I was like, wow, this is huge. The people that came out, the teachers, the videos that were made, the comments that were left, and it's about really truly building a community, getting back to our roots, getting back to our heritage, and I'm so proud of you, sis. You spearheading it, and I'm with you. I'm hanging on to that arrow.
I think you, and it's so funny you said that because when all of this started, you guys know the backstory. I didn't want to do it, and then I finally said, "Okay, God, I'm gonna do it, but you got to give me the people I need." La 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 la. But at the end of the day, when you said you didn't know, I didn't know. I'm serious.
Oh
Sometimes I
my.
look back and I'll be like, "Wow." Oh,
More to
now I'm
come.
going back into my writing, and y'all laugh at me because I'm a night owl. I stay up all night and sleep all day and all those things, unless I really have something to do. Y'all gonna stop talking about me with that too. But anywho,
Felicia, help me on this one.
no, Felicia, don't even comment. I'm gonna block you.
Oh man.
I'm gonna block you. But
The
on a serious note, it's like when I go into that writing zone and it's just there, and it's like sometimes being hypnotized. and I'll get done, and then I'll come back and be like, when you go back and read what you wrote,
Bro, like where
and
was
I'll literally ask myself and say, did I really write this?
wow.
Because it's just a whole nother zone that you get into.
Yeah.
And I know you brought up that AI and all that other. I will never use it because it's not creativity, not for writing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I may
Not for
tap
writing.
into it for something else,
Some
but as
scripts or
far
whatever.
as writing,
Yeah.
nah, that's where that creativity comes to life.
Comes in. And you've got
I
it.
surprise myself sometimes. I'll be
Uh,
like, did I write that? Get it, girl. Go ahead
yeah.
now. Go on, keep doing it. But all jokes aside, but it's just a passion for me.
Yeah. And it's an awesome passion, man. It's I gotta give you some love on that. Got to give you some love on that. Because writing, I guess it's in us, Renee. 'Cause
Yeah, and
you
writing is therapy.
it's therapeutic. I know for me, was this the same with you? Because for me, we grew up in a generation where kids were seen and not heard. But you always spoke your mind, which I always admired.
I
Always.
always got in trouble.
But that's what got me into writing a lot. Just writing. I kept a journal for the better part of my life about different things, and
Yeah,
it was like you said, it was very therapeutic, and a lot of that stuff turned into poetry, which was then turned into songs. So you're using one creativity level to make multiple streams of income.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah. And the thing about it is, we may not realize it, but in our writings, a lot of it comes from things that we experienced in life.
Yep.
It may not be the exact story that we put out there, but it's
It
just
encapsulates it.
what you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's
You
through
know,
your eyes.
yes, through your eyes, and it helps. Felicia got a zip on her lip. Okay, Felicia, I ain't gonna fire you. That's a good one.
Oh,
And I'm asking you guys that are on this call tonight, to please share this. And we will be back next Thursday with a guest. But we wanted to get this part out of the way, We wanted to let you guys know what was going on. And these are just some of the things that the Big Rig Kids is doing. I still have people asking me, you got the books, when you're going to do the cartoon? Well, we got to get through these parts first so that we can get to that part, because the books, we've been doing all this stuff out of pocket. Them cartoons, that's a whole nother beast.
oh. But we
Because
got
this
we
is
got something in the
there
works
is
so far.
yeah, but
We got
there is so
something in the
many
works.
different worker parts, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a lot. It
Yeah,
is definitely a lot. Yeah.
there is
So
so many different worker parts. Felicia said, please show that flyer again so
show
that
the
people
flyer.
can see it.
All right. So
And you
if
can
you
talk while it's
guys,
up, Kenny.
all right. So if you guys want to join us in our endeavors on Patreon, we welcome you. We welcome the support. We welcome your expertise. We welcome you to be a part of the journey that we're on with the Big Rig Kids. As you all know, it's made up of diverse kids with diverse backgrounds, but they all come together. That's the message right there. They're building stronger communities, no matter their shade, their color, their race, their ethnicity, how tall they are, how short they are, their disabilities. There's something for everyone with the Big Rig Kids. Everybody, that's what I love about the Big Rig Kids, because it's all inclusive. It's no one's left alone. If you want to be a part of it, you're more than welcome to, and we'd be glad to have you. Truly, truly glad to have you. So as a supporter, as I mentioned earlier, you always get that recognition, that shout out. You'll also get access to bloopers, and you'll get your own personal BRK button. As an enthusiast, you get all of the things that are with a supporter, but you also get a t-shirt. Everybody loves t-shirts, and you also get the early access to things that won't be seen on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. It won't be seen on any other social media platform. And if you want to roll with the big dogs, the VIP, you can come in and get all the stuff from the enthusiasts as well as the supporter, and you will get with that live question and answers with yours truly, Miss Grandma Polly, aka Renee Brown, about her 5th book. And that, of course, you'll receive too. But it'll be something more special because she's gonna write more than an autograph. She's gonna say a little something, especially if you've been a part of the journey. She's gonna speak her heart to you. So with that said, if you want to be a part of this Big Rig movement, we welcome it, and we'll always cherish what you bring to the table for us. So thank you so much. So back to you, sis.
I was still jamming to the beat. It was sounding good. But yeah, because I go there building stronger communities through literacy, avocation, and character development. I strongly believe if a person can read, they could do anything. And literacy is one of the top priorities for me. Our children have fallen so far behind in reading. Some of them were behind before, but that 2-year lockdown with COVID has really set our children back at an all-time high. And I just want to thank my brother tonight for being here, because he like 2 peas in a pie.
Yeah, we are. Yin and yang.
And we want to thank our guests. We cannot forget our guests, because without you guys there, we would not be here.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all don't know what that means to me. And I tell people all the time, sometimes presence is better than presents. So just your presence being here with us is a gift. And I appreciate that.
I'm going to steal that one. Your present is more precious than
it's more precious than present.
Yeah.
And had you read, I think book 2, we talked about that. Is either book 2 or 3. We talked about that, because presence carries a much deeper value than present.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate you guys for that. And now we have to think, if there's no questions, Kenny, we have to think.
We got to do one more. Because I didn't say anything. You spoke on it. But Felicia Simone of Simone Entertainment and Enterprises, just how wonderful she's been in all of this. I call her Spartacus. She leads us. But when me and you started, we were doing things you wanted me to manage, and I was like, Renee, I can't do that. But she felt this I'm telling you, it worked the way it was supposed to work, because she truly is a godsend. So Felicia, thank you so much for
one more thing, Kitty. Yes, she is. And I tell her that all the time, because and I want to elaborate on what you said right there before we go out. Because I was like, Kenny, I need a manager. I need, I even asked D more, because me and D cool, but y'all kept telling me no, and I just left y'all alone because y'all were helping me anyway. And then it came back to my remembrance that when I first started this, I asked God to give me the people that I need and not the people that I want. So he gave me the people that I need in different areas that I needed at that time. I met Miss Felicia 5 years prior to her even coming on as my manager. And Felicia, girl, we love you. You cool. When my baby girl said, I like Miss Felicia. I know you was all right because she an introvert and no fool up with a lot of people. So when she said that, I was like, okay, that's a done deal. And we just appreciate you so much, Felicia. And
Yeah, definitely.
Miss Felicia, take a picture of the QR code with your camera to join the BRK Patreon. Thank you for reminding me that, honey. I appreciate it. And I just appreciate everybody. And we gonna thank our sponsor. And then I'm gonna come back and we gonna go home and we gonna peace out and we gonna love y'all. And thank
All right. So it's that time for where are we? Keep talking, Renee. Keep on, keep on.
Oh, he tell me keep on talking. He done lost the button, y'all. See, this is some of the bloopers y'all gonna get back
Right there.
behind the scenes.
Grandma Polly and the Big Rig Kids would love to recognize and thank our sponsors for their generous support of the Big Rig Kids organization. Simone Enterprises and Entertainment Company, KJ Multimedia Solutions, and TNT, your special agents real estate team.
Yes.
I thank you all for your presence. And we'll be back next week with a special guest. And Kenny, I got to thank you again. Miss Felicia, you know, ain't nothing but love. So we're going to say peace out and see y'all next week.
All right.